Hey Aquarius, thank you so much for taking the time out of your day today to spend it with me for your tarot reading. My name is Katie, and it's definitely one of my passions to share the tarot with people and show them that it's actually a very powerful tool to help us gain insight and find peace with our everyday challenges and how to see the light in all of the things that we experience in this life. And, you know, failure or challenges or things that seem negative can actually end up being something helpful. So my messages are definitely very positive. I always try to help you understand why things are happening and how to apply it to the real world and how to think differently in order to bring you the things that you would like in your life. This is a general reading for all Aquarius, so you will find that there will be things that you will connect with and maybe not so much, and it'll probably be a connection with other people. If you are interested in getting a personal reading, please check out my website, www.blissfully.com, and we can set up a time. You can go on there and set up a time to speak with me. I do recorded videos, emails, and phone or Skype meetings to look more in depth at your specific spread. So yeah. And then if you're interested in following along with me, you can see a picture of your spread on my Instagram account. I put a link in the description box below. Feel free to pause this video if you like and go pick up that video, or go get that photo and then have it side by side with this video while you're watching. Okay. So I like to lay out the cards face down first so that I can work with them one at a time, and then it'll give me a better understanding on connecting all of the dots with your spread. Okay. So your U card is the Ten of Winter, and this card represents, so winter cards represent a lot of mental struggles, sharpness, strictness, depending on, you know, what exact card we get. If it's a specific person card, then it can mean attributes or characteristics about that person. They're strict, they are stoic, they are very traditionalist, that kind of thing. And this being the Ten of Winter, there seems to be a focus on, you've reached a specific level in your life where you feel that now that you've put all in this time and effort into it, it almost feels as though there's something looming over your head, or there's something out there to make you feel like you're going to fail. And what's crossing you, and what I think is in relation to this card, is the Awakening card. I think what's happening is you're experiencing a definite change in a chapter in your life in terms of who you really are. You might feel as though who you are today is completely a different person from who you were a month or two ago, how your family perceives you. This seems to be a very drastic, very different change for you in your lifestyle. And what's at the forefront of your mind is the Queen of Winter, and this could represent a particular person. Maybe you have a mother figure or an aunt figure who is very practical or is very traditional in the ways that she views the world, and she might not be as approving of your self-awakening that you seem to be going through. Or this could also be you responding to this change. Maybe you're not appreciative, maybe you're not a fan, maybe you're not agreeing, and you're almost resisting this change. Whereas part of you kind of enjoys this new change about you. I think you're starting to feel like you're coming into your own, and people are recognizing that too. This is the May Queen, where in pagan traditions she is typically the person that is celebrated for a full day during the month of May as the queen of the village, and you get a new one every year, but that's history. And this tarot card is the Six of Spring, and spring represents journeys, going on different life chapters, those kinds of things, and it's the six, which can represent building on or expanding on the foundation that you've built for yourself. So there definitely seems to be this mental struggle between what you used to be and what you're becoming, and how you feel about that, or how others are perceiving that. That definitely feels like the main theme. And in the recent past, you've been spending a lot of time alone, not necessarily struggling so much with, what's happening. I think that you've come to terms with your awakening on your own. Well, it could go two ways. One, you came to terms with it on your own after, and other people are disapproving of it, or it took you some time spending time with yourself and maybe doing research of your own to really understand why this makes you most comfortable to be who you truly are. And the Hermit is a part of the major arcana, and he can represent wisdom and persistence and research as well, and looking within. Your upcoming future is the Queen of Spring, and again, this is another spring card, which can represent personal journeys, actual movement, actual trips, and she's the queen, so she is very focused on romanticism, self-love, doing what feels good, and she exudes a kind of confidence that people hunger for, in a way, and so it definitely seems like this is the path that you are moving on, and this is a place that you will get to. I think it's going to take loving yourself through, allowing people like this to be removed from your life, the Queen of Winter, if it is an actual person, or if it's yourself, learning how to love yourself through into your recent future, upcoming future, so that you no longer need to fear who you truly are. Your friends and family aren't necessarily willing to help as much, is what I'm getting from this card, and that might be what's happening with the Queen of Winter. This is the Four of Autumn, and it seems as though they've built up a personal wealth for themselves, and there might be a struggle between you becoming who you truly are. My dogs are playing. You starting to go into the path of self-understanding, and that could have an effect on maybe if there's a family business or something, or maybe an inheritance, maybe, where they feel like now that you're changing your values, it's almost as if you don't deserve that physical wealth, so to say. And I think that your hope is not necessarily for actual death. This is the Death card. The Death card always represents an ultimate change, a new chapter. And it definitely seems like this is what's happening for you, is that you're going to go through a period in your life where it's going to do a complete 180. Everything is going to be completely different for you once you come out the other end, because that you're awakening and understanding more so who you truly are. Relationships might be severed. It'll be a bit of a clearing path for you. Once you fully embrace who you actually are, it's going to start whittling down the people who aren't meant to be in your life anymore, and bringing in the people who you do align with once you reach that full potential. And your fears card is, I would say, not getting acceptance for who you are. This is the sunflower card, which is, well, it's the sun card. And that card just represents pure positivity, pure acceptance, pure radiance, and community, that kind of thing. And that's in your fears section. So fears would be worrying that you would not be able to be accepted for who you are once you do go down that path, which makes sense with the card that you have now in your you section, which is the Ten of Winter. That's currently what you're struggling with. But I think you know deep down that there is going to be a huge change coming for you. And I would say to just ride the wave. Let whatever happens happen. And it'll end up making you better because of it. So your final outcome card is the Magistrate. And this is a part of the Major Arcana, and he is the type of person that believes in being just, believes in being fair, believes in balance, and doing things that seem like the morally right thing to do. So, going off of that, trust your gut. Whatever feels like the morally right thing to do, and whatever feels like works out for the betterment of everyone, is what needs to be done. And that will be the final outcome, is that everyone will feel as if they had gotten what they deserved. They'd feel that they had gotten just cause. And the thing to remember, though, is that you're not the one that's responsible for giving it all to them. All that you're responsible for is doing what makes you feel the happiest, what makes you feel the most fulfilled. And the result will happen on its own. So take that into account the next time that you meet up with whoever the Queen of Winter is. And I think it'll help you move on to the next chapter of your life that you're meant to move on to. All right, so that was a great reading. Thank you so much for joining me today, Aquarius. I'm really excited for you, and I wish you all the best. If you have any comments or suggestions or questions about your reading, please let me know in the comment section below. Again, if you're interested in a personal reading, check out my website. I've got a link for it in the description box below, and all that good stuff. So peace and blessings. I'm wishing you the best week. So long.